starting this After GMS with some calm and peaceful music for you. We want to thank you so much for choosing to join us here on Facebook Live on this Good Friday. I'm Stacy Spivey with Ed Matthews. Really just a beautiful Good Friday, but it doesn't feel so beautiful. I guess it's kind of chilly outside.
Yeah, it's just downright cold. No other way to look at it. Temperatures really dipping across the area in the overnight period, even though the winds were up a little bit and we had some clouds. That kept a lot of locations out of the 20s, but you can see some areas did make it to around 28 or 29. Martinsville at 28 for the low this morning, 29 in Reidsville and Greensboro. Also over in Lexington, Salisbury down to 28, Wilkesboro down to 28 as well. Boone went down to 20. 30 degrees was the low in over at Burlington and also at Asheboro. Now with a clear sky and near calm winds tonight, temperatures will go even colder than these numbers that you see this morning. By Saturday morning, we're looking at temperatures around 25, 26. Today, a little breezy, but plenty of sunshine and cool up near 50. And then, of course, down to 25, 26 tonight. And then we kind of turn the corner over the Easter weekend and we start a nice warm up. Saturday will be mostly sunny and near 60. Easter Sunday just couldn't get any better. We'll see temperatures up around 70 after a morning low of 36. And then the warm up continues into the new week. We'll be into the lower 70s on Monday. And by Wednesday, Thursday, we're looking at some upper 70s. On Wednesday, we could get pretty close to the 80-degree mark. Only a small shower chance late Wednesday and into the day on Thursday. Basically, we stay dry and warm up in the week ahead.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
To walk outside and the temperatures are in the 70s, because this morning going to my car, I was more like fast-paced walking, trying to somewhat, I can't really run these days, but trying to get to the car because it was cold.
Yeah, and it's the wind that made the difference. I mean, I don't mind it being cold, but when you got a wind chill, which was down near 20 at times earlier this morning, that was a biting cold.
Yeah, it's going to be the same tomorrow morning. Well, let's talk about something else, okay? Let's talk about a big shakeup for North Carolina basketball fans. After 18 seasons, UNC coach Roy Williams is retiring. The announcement yesterday brought out all the emotions, some sadness, some shock, and of course a lot of gratitude as well. Do you have a favorite Roy Williams memory or reaction to his retirement? Go ahead and let us know in the comment section below. But Brandon says the game and recruiting classes will never be the same. He also adds, please, Coach Roy, keep up with the shoe drip. Yeah, apparently he was known for his great choice of shoes. Now, Chris cited his record saying, thank you for a wonderful 18 years, 3 national championships. Cav writes, you brought the rivalry back. Homage from a Duke fan. Lee says, I will share one thing with one of the greatest coaches ever. We both have an April 1st retirement date. That's funny. In addition to what he did on the court and in the communities around North Carolina, he also brought a lot of joy with him. His outfits and dancing were big hits. Just take a look at him there. Just getting it. Love it. And of course, those locker room celebrations were always something to talk about. The ACC tweeting out that Williams always knew how to get a locker room party started. Oh, he's going to be so missed by so many people. I talked about this morning on the Good Morning Show. When I was moving to North Carolina, I knew that North Carolina is a basketball state. I mean, when you think of this state, you think of UNC, the Tar Heels, you think of Duke, that rivalry, and of course Michael Jordan. But Roy Williams is a part of that legacy, Ed, and even though I don't have really much of a personal connection to him or to this team, I mean, watching the story about him and the press conference yesterday and him tearing up, it got to my emotions. And I caught myself this morning when I was watching it tearing up in that story because he's done so much for this state. And people are really sad. And yesterday, when the news came out, I mean, all of us were like, wait, this is an April Fool's joke. and sadly it wasn't.
That's exactly what I thought when my neighbor told me, "Hey man, did you hear that Roy Williams is retiring?" I said, "You got to be kidding. April Fools." He said, "I'm not fooling." And I went and Googled it, and they had already posted stories about it. And I said, "Oh my gosh, this is not an April Fool's joke. This is for real." You know, my blood is state red, okay? I've always been an NC State fan. Went to school at NC State. I'm a bigger ACC fan now that I've kind of chilled out in my older age. But, you know, I got to tell you, I've got all the respect in the world for Roy Williams. I actually followed him as a coach way back when he was in Kansas. He's an awesome coach. I mean, one of the best ever. But he's a funny guy. He's got a great personality. My nephew Cameron, back when he was in high school and playing baseball, he met him. He had the opportunity to go to a baseball game over at UNC. He was all excited about that, but he was even more excited when he met Roy Williams. And he said that he was just the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He's just a class act. And even as a State fan, I'm going to miss seeing him on the sidelines at UNC. And of course, talking about the rivalry with Duke, you know, there's no better basketball on Tobacco Road than when you get Duke and Carolina together. His shoes are going to be extremely difficult to fill. And I'm sure the officials at UNC have already started a search, and maybe some names are circulating behind closed doors. But how in the world, and I thought the same thing about Dean Smith, okay? How do you replace Dean Smith? And now I'm saying the same thing about Roy Williams. How in the world do you ever replace a great man and a great coach like him?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Who is going to fill those shoes now that he's gone? But, you know, I think that you saying, being an NC State fan, that you just respect the heck out of him. I think that that is what a lot of people were saying yesterday. I mean, we saw Duke, their basketball team, tweeting out, you know, the utmost respect for Coach Williams. We've seen fans from all across the state, whether they're App State fans, NC State fans, Duke fans. I mean, they all were just like, hats off to this guy because he was so incredible. And I think that that says so much about a person when people that aren't even big fans of that team are like, this guy is a legend.
Yeah, well, you know, you have the rivalries, and that's one thing that makes the ACC conference just such a dynamic thing to be a part of and to live right here. As you talked about, you knew about UNC even back in Arkansas. You know, it's one thing to have a friendly rivalry, but when you're talking about the accolades of a coach and a great man and a great coach, you know, you got to tell it like it is. This guy is just one of the best.
Yeah, a lot of people do agree and are saying some stuff on our feed right now. You know, Jason was talking about how he took a team that wasn't even his and won a national championship, and first getting that monkey off his back. Carol said he was killing that electric slide. Yes, he was. And she said that her fiance asked her if it was a joke. I think a lot of people did think that at first yesterday. It was sad to find out that it wasn't. Carol also said he was an amazing choice to replace the legend Dean Smith. Now he is a legend, so we'll see who you know, replaces him. And Jason also said since 2005, he's the only coach to win 3 national championships, so he will forever be remembered. Yeah. Well, you can keep weighing in on you know, this. Oh, I do want to mention too, sorry, Bobby said, I'm a Duke fan, but I respect Roy Williams, and I think that that is another tribute to this guy and who he is and who he was as a coach, and I'm sure we'll talk about him for days and weeks to come. But let's go ahead and take a break from the talkers and get to some morning headlines. Thousands of COVID-19 vaccine appointments are open in the Triad next week. The Guilford County Health Department and Cone Health say new vaccine shipments allowed them to open thousands of spots. Forsyth County also announced it's opening new appointments at its Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Clinic. Remember, Guilford County, Cone Health, and a few other Triad health departments have already opened appointments to anyone who wants a shot. And you can find scheduling information on WFMYnews2.com. North Carolina lawmakers passed a bill requiring summer school programs to help kids who struggled during the pandemic. This bill would require all districts to offer the fully funded in-person 6-week summer learning program. Each district would identify students who are at risk for failing and contact their families, but the parents would have the final say on whether their child participates. If Governor Roy Cooper signs it, it would go into effect immediately and districts would be able to start making plans. I think that we can all agree the holidays haven't felt the same during the past year, but Downtown Greensboro Incorporated is not going to let this year's Easter tradition slip away. WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller has details on a fun egg hunt to celebrate the holiday, all while supporting local businesses.
Well, it's called the Egg Extravaganza, and if you see a shop with one of these signs, you're going to want to go inside because if you're observant enough, you'll get a free prize. 21 downtown businesses have about 24 plastic Easter eggs at their store. But instead of searching for the egg, you'll look for the sign that says you found an egg hidden in the store. You'll take a picture of that sign and show it to the store clerk. Then they'll give you an egg filled with goodies.
We've got gift cards, t-shirts. I mean, you'd be surprised how much we've been able to fit in these eggs. Candy, stickers, bracelets, hand sanitizer. So every egg's a little different. Come and play and enjoy.
And it really is a win-win for everyone. It not only keeps the Easter tradition alive in a pandemic-safe way, it'll get people out of the house and draws in more business to our local shops. And the egg hunt is on today and tomorrow. We'll even make it easy for you. On our website at WFMYnews2.com, we'll list out all the participating businesses.
Sounds like fun. So Easter weekend is officially here. Today is Good Friday, and it's the first holiday with vaccinations more widespread and COVID-19 restrictions ease. So we want to know, what are your Easter plans? Go ahead and let us know in the comment section below. Now, I did ask this question on my Facebook page. What are your Easter plans? And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments that we got. I think we're going to look at them. Actually, we're not, but that's okay. But a lot of people were saying how they're going to spend time with family. Numerous people saying they're going to sunrise services, doing some Easter egg hunts with the family. So I'm sure some people will get out to that egg extravaganza, especially when the weather starts to warm up a little bit. But as far as my Easter plans go, Ed, just going to be spending time with my husband's family, which very excited to see my husband's two brothers who I haven't seen in a while just because of COVID and everything with the pandemic. So excited to see them, and planning on having just an Easter lunch or something like that. Nothing too big. I think Easter was a lot more fun, at least, you know, the activities when you're a kid. Of course, now it has a more meaningful, you know, thing behind it, with it being, you know, with the cross and all of that. And I'm sorry, I can't think of words right now, but Easter is much more meaningful these days than it was when I was younger. When I was younger, it was more about the Easter bunny and getting the basket and having lots of treats and Easter egg hunts.
Well, you have a more adult perspective.
Yes.
On what the true meaning of Easter is all about for Christians. You were talking about COVID earlier. Got my second COVID shot yesterday afternoon. My arm's a little sore.
Oh no.
But I'm going to celebrate that right on through the weekend and probably well into next week that I got my second shot. Just delighted about that. I feel like $1 million this morning. So other than a little sore arm, I'm A-okay. But as far as Easter Sunday, my day in a nutshell, I'll start it right here on the Good Morning Show on Sunday morning. And then after the Good Morning Show, I'll run home and get on the computer and watch Easter services at my church back in Sanford. If there's any good thing that's come out of COVID, it's being able to look at things, online and watch my church services, because I'm not able to go every Sunday because I'm right here at the WFMY studio. So I go home, watch the Sunday Easter service, have some lunch. It's going to be a beautiful afternoon. It's going to warm up. We're going to be pretty close to 70 on Easter Sunday. So after walking Rio on a nice long walk, I'll probably pump up the tires on the bike and get out and try to, burn some of this off, that I accumulated over the winter season. Maybe it was too many of those chocolate and peanut butter Reese Easter eggs.
I was just about to say, working off those those Reese's eggs.
Guilty as charged. I try to say, and I mentioned earlier on the show, man, when they mark them down half price, if there's any left after Easter, I'm gonna go stock up on about a month's supply. So I'll have to continue to ride my bike.
Ed was literally telling me earlier, he was like, I just love peanut butter. I can sit there and just eat
I
it
can
and eat it
I can
and
just
eat
spoon
it.
it out of the jar and just eat it forever. It's good stuff. And then you throw chocolate into it, it's even better.
Just a masterpiece.
But I do want to say, for the kids, and you mentioned this earlier, for the kids, it's all about the Easter bunny and Easter eggs and all that, and that's fine for kids. That's fine for kids. But if you're a Christian and you're an adult, take some time to really think about the true meaning of Easter. I do the same thing at Christmas. We get caught up in friends and family, Christmas gifts and Santa Claus, and that's okay, but you got to kind of keep the perspective and just remember what the holiday is all about.
Yeah, you said it much better than I could myself, Ed, remembering why we do celebrate this holiday. Of course, have fun with the kids, do the Easter egg hunts, especially because the weather's going to be so nice, but remember the real reason behind it. Jason said that this weekend he was supposed to go to the beach, but Coastal Carolina canceled their baseball game, so now he's going to Boone. And Carol said she's going to have an egg hunt with her grandkids. Will be the first one for her 2-year-old grandson.
Oh, that's
going to be so sweet. Joe is working in the morning, so Ed, you're not the only one that has to work. Nadine is spending the day with her parents, and Bobby's spending Easter Sunday with his family. And now everyone is talking about the peanut butter eggs.
Uh-oh, there you go.
Nadine said they are a straight gift from God.
Amen. Amen on that. I like it.
Yeah, well, amen to the weather getting warmer,
Yes.
But we got to get through the next couple days.
Yeah, we do. We went down to 29 earlier this morning, and after being up near 50 today, there'll be a chill in the air with the breeze, but abundant sunshine. Now, tomorrow morning, with a clear sky and near calm winds, ideal conditions to be even colder. On Saturday morning, I think we're going to start the day with mid-20s. We'll warm up to near 60, but look at Easter Sunday. Fantastic. We'll be up near 70. Probably staying above freezing there on Sunday morning, low about 36. And then the warm-up continues in the new week. Low 70s coming up on Monday, mid-70s on Tuesday. We'll keep it dry. Piddly chance of rain on Wednesday, and really a low chance on Thursday. We may turn out dry, completely dry on Wednesday, with only a small rain chance coming up on Thursday. We'll keep an eye on that. But by Wednesday and Thursday, some upper 70s, and with enough sunshine through the clouds on Wednesday, we might get real close to 80 here in the Piedmont. I say bring it on. After walking Rio this morning with a wind chill and the cold temperatures, I'm ready for 80-degree weather. I'll be happy with 70-degree weather.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy with mid-60s at this point, but we're going to leave you this morning with some good news with good weather on this Good Friday. And then just to look back at some of the funny moments on the Good Morning Show, here's the best of GMS. Have a happy Easter. April Fool's Day, Ed. You better not play any pranks on me.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person. I'm going to work very hard to not get pranked at any point today myself.
Trading in her classmates for those guys, the goats. Taran, I call that making the most of a bad situation. How'd you like? No, you didn't like it.
I'm ashamed that I like it so much because I think that's hilarious.
It's something that we can, I mean, I'm trying to transition here and it's not working. I can't think straight to try to make a segue into weather. So what's the weather gonna be like today?
Make sure you're checking around your yard and clearing out the junk so that you don't have places for the snakes to hide. But yeah, you know, it's that time of the year. You have to watch out for them again. They're back.
I hope that makes it into the best of GMS.
Well, now it has to, right?
Okay, I got to root for Baylor, obviously, because my daughter's name is going to be Baylor. And I want to throw that out there too, because I don't want people to think that I'm naming my daughter after a basketball team, because that is not the case. And Ed, can you think of like your best blooper on the Good Morning Show?
I was eating a bagel because it was news, sports, and then weather. Well, the sports was taped and something happened to the tape. So they went from news to weather, me, and I had a big chunk of bagel in my mouth.
Oh no.
And I was just like, you know.